And I can. Hello, I am Orlando Zabo.
And I'm Kaz Drysdale.
And on our first episode here, we are. It's called Who We Are and Why We Are Here. And, well, I guess you could say the main reason is, well, we're writers. We've been writing for a long time, and we would like to share everything that we know about writing.
Happy to share and see what we can get out there and receive something back from from you. We're open and we're friendly. Screenwriters, co-writers for almost 20 years.
Pretty close. Pretty
Yeah,
close.
and good
Another,
friends, obviously. Well,
yeah, it's like
that
another
wouldn't
another
happen.
year and a half, and it'll be 20 years.
Yeah, I know. It's incredible. All
Yeah, well,
right.
time flies when you're having fun.
Absolutely. Yes.
Hmm.
So we are introducing ourselves, um, whatever, what we do. Who are we? I'm Australian and you are,
Canadian.
yeah. And we write together across the planet, the world. We have never met live, right?
Nope. Nope.
No, never,
One day,
ever,
one
ever.
day we
Yeah,
will.
one day it may happen. Yes, and which is an
Hmm.
incredible thing, in as much as that we are still co-writers, and we've been happy. Like we're actually a good team, a good team.
Yeah, and we literally never missed a meeting, even if Kaz was sitting in an airport.
Yes, a lot of airports. You're right. Yes.
That's right.
And we have our meetings at a lot of airports, in fact, because I have been traveling for about, I mean, more than 20 years now. You know, it was like 2020, it was, so it's 25 years. God, where has time gone? So,
Well, you stop and think about it. I started screenwriting in 1999.
yes, you way before me.
Oh, that's a long time.
Well, I began screenwriting um, in 2005. I was in China, working, living a few years there, and while I was there, um, I thought it was most incredible to live in such a different world way back then, and I had this, I had to write it up. So screenwriting was what I wanted to do. And then I got in touch with, like, what was it, like Hal? Screenwriting U, it's known as now, was pro
Hmm.
writing.
Yes, and I
The
had
time
taken
gets
that.
like it. Hi, Hal. Hi,
Yeah,
Cheryl. Yeah. Hi,
yeah,
everybody. Yeah.
and I
Alumni.
had taken that prior to you.
Yeah, you did. You were, yeah,
Two,
oh, I
two,
don't
two or
remember.
3 years, 2 or 3 years before you.
That's right. Yeah. You met, yeah, AJ. I know AJ.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you wrote with him, like. I don't know whether to look at the camera or look at Orlando. And I'm very, very new at camera work. So, like, whatever.
Yeah, it is what it
My,
is.
that's,
Uh,
that's my excuse, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, the whole point is being real.
Mm. So, anyway, we have had a lot of fun in writing. We have
In
written
screenwriting.
many scripts. Yeah,
Yep.
screenwriting, yes, of course. And quite a few genres, I suppose. We wrote the first one.
Hmm.
That took a fair while. as
Well,
in
well,
getting
yeah.
to know us, I think. Yeah.
Well, descend. That was Descendant Past, was it not?
Oh, Rogan's War.
Oh, yeah, that we wrote together. Yeah,
We wrote together, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, before that, you'd written heaps of stuff. You had a lot of scripts. I came in
Yeah.
with Welcome to China, which is on Amazon. Welcome to China,
In
Kaz
in in book
Drysdale,
in book form.
and Reggie. Hmm?
In
In
book
book form,
in book
yeah,
form.
movie script, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I don't know how, we're kind of just like doing this for the first time. So, yeah, I don't know what to over talk or anything like that. So, but from memory, you've been writing all of these different scripts, and yeah. Then I came in with my first one, which I learned through Screenwriting U and Hal's programs. Well, quite a few of them
Mm-hmm.
actually, but we've both had taken. And um, yeah, I had the script. This is the funny thing for all new screenwriters. What I did was overwrite like 10,000 books, well, exaggerated, of course, but
Yeah.
and I gave it to Orlando, and I said, "You have a look at this." And I barely knew her, but we just started talking a little bit before that,
Mm-hmm.
online on Skype back then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and we got along. Yeah.
yeah, and then you did. I was very grateful, and Orlando took my script, and she said, "Well, here we go." She's like the teacher that she is, brilliant. She said, she said to me, she said, I don't know where you are in this. And how long is a comedy? I was okay, so I got two problems there, don't I? And you know how the headers, where the location and all that kind of stuff, you all know that, or screenwriters.
You should
And
know that.
yeah, so the first thing she said is you have to write the headers, where you are, location, time of day, etc., etc.
Describe it.
Yeah,
Everything.
just yeah. But she said, I don't mind the. It's not bad. Whatever she said, I don't
Yeah,
know.
it was no. I said it was a pretty good. It was a pretty good story. You definitely knew how to tell a story
Yeah, that's what you
because I
said.
got the full story. That was solid. No if buts or
Mm,
maybes on that. We just needed
mm.
to get it into proper format. First things first.
That's right. Which I was all over the show. I was
Yeah,
a real mess in the
yeah.
beginning.
Because you got to know. At the time when we started writing, well, you only had 120 pages for a
Mm.
script, 90 pages for a comedy.
Yes, that's right.
So we
So
had to figure out how many pages there were because
yeah,
the headers and
mm,
all these things all have a purpose.
that's
They
right.
make they make it so that one page equals 1 minute of filming.
Mm,
So if you
mm.
got a 90-minute movie, you need to be 90 pages.
But I didn't know there was a kind of like a strict rule, and I went and wrote like 50 pages more than I should have. I could have got a series out of a bloody thing. Yeah.
Well,
Anyway.
I've done the same thing. So and then
Did
had to
you?
streamline and then had to
I
streamline
didn't know
later.
that. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Mm,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You write the whole story down as a whole.
Yeah.
And then you go back through and edit it. And what
Mm,
really
mm.
needs to be there and do I need 15 words to explain this thing when one word will do? And
Yes.
that's how
Yeah.
you end up
Mm,
making so much more space and the lines just start
mm, mm.
disappearing and before you know it, hey, you're within the page count.
I've kind of mastered that since then. My first
Yeah,
one.
you have.
But anyway,
Long since.
yeah, I learned a lot, a hell of a lot. I learned pretty much everything
Oh yeah. Well,
that I
hey,
needed to learn at the time. I'm sure there's plenty of things to still learn. However, we dealt with the script writing, genres. We also dealt with like the business. I took the business program with Hal.
Mm-hmm.
Masters did that.
Yeah, I took the master's rewrite,
Rewrite did
the
that.
master rewrite. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all that kind of But there's a. I shouldn't know what to say that. No, I don't know what to say that. Don't talk to us about pitching. How to pitch. That's
Well, we
classic.
can tell you how to pitch, but that doesn't necessarily mean we're any much good at
Yeah,
it.
I mean,
although, although I I do have two features that are optioned, and
mm,
Kaz and I have a mini series optioned together.
mm, yeah,
So we can say that.
can't say that. That's true. That's true. Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
and we just continue on and continue on. We just keep
Mm, yeah. We
keep on
were.
trucking.
We
The whole
had a lot
point
of
is
fun. Mm,
well, and the whole point is you only lose if you quit. So there you
mm,
go.
yeah. Well,
So with
it's sorry.
and I know for a good 15 years there, I was writing like 4 or 5 movies a year.
Mm.
And well, I completely attribute that to our cold Canadian winters.
Ah, yeah, I can
There's
imagine.
not a heck of a lot else to do if you're not
Yeah,
into curling or into hockey.
that's true.
Although I can play both of them, they're just not my favorite sports.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You pre-
just don't ask me how to tally on curling. I was a skip. I
oh,
wasn't.
yeah. Sorry, I remember you saying about curly. I had to ask you all those years ago, what's curly? And you had to
Yeah, just
explain it to
throwing
me.
a rock down the ice to hit another rock.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's like
mm,
shuffleboard, except that you have a really big sheet of
mm,
ice
mm.
instead of a short
I
table.
I actually did see it 1 year later,
Hmm.
some years later. I don't know when exactly. I went to Germany, Neil and
Right.
I,
Hmm.
and I saw curling, and I'm going, yeah, this is what Orlando's talking about. And it's like everything was so serious,
Oh,
There
they
was
are.
they had a barrel of beers in like bottles and things like that because they were on a frozen lake. And I don't know, up in the mountains in some place in Germany, I think Hessen.
Hmm.
And I saw it and I went, wow, how serious is that sport? And I thought cricket was, you know, a thing,
Yeah.
but
It's
curling was something.
it's a unique thing,
Mm, mm,
you know,
mm, mm.
and you know, it's one of those things that you either love it or you hate it, you know.
I
So
think it was, I loved it. I loved watching it,
well,
and,
oh yeah,
I,
yeah, a lot of people love
yeah, no,
watching
it's
it
so,
because they're in
yeah,
the warm place where you can have
yeah.
nice hot coffee and stuff like this, have something
Uh,
to eat while you're watching it.
Not in a frozen lake, out in the
Well, true.
almost wilderness, isn't it?
Well, that's true, but most curling rinks have all the facilities, so the
Mm,
watchers are very comfortable.
yeah, yeah. Well, I have seen it on the Olympic Games since, I think,
Hmm.
on TV. Also in a warm, comfortable place. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's just I don't know, it's just one of those Canadian things. But it seems like there's a lot of
Yeah.
people that are curling in a lot of other countries. So
Yeah, it has to be a cold
because it
country.
did not
Yeah.
start in Canada,
Oh, where did it start?
I
Do
believe
you
it
know?
started in Scotland,
Hmm.
if I'm not
I,
mistaken.
I
But
didn't. Yeah.
Canada is very very large Scottish community here, so that's
I
the
thought,
way it.
mm,
That's just the way it is.
I thought you were going to say Russia. It started in a
New,
country like, no.
new, new. It was, well, it was either Scotland or Ireland,
Mm,
and it may have been a competition between who started it first.
yeah,
Except
okay.
um, in anything I've ever seen that has to do with it, um, the 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 plaids come out, and that's
The what?
Scottish.
Yeah,
Plaid, the plaids
yeah.
come out, you know,
Could you imagine? Yeah.
and that's the Scottish.
Mm,
So
interesting.
that's a little sidebar on
Yeah.
how curling works.
Mm,
So
and,
if you're ever going to be writing about curling and you want to go into the history, remember to research back where it all started, and that'll help
mm,
you build up your background and the
yeah,
characters that are going to be playing the game. If
yeah.
you want them to be
Mm,
true to history,
mm, yeah.
this is
The big,
exactly one of those things that you would do. You would have to
we
go
are
back
big
and,
on that. Yes.
yeah.
Right.
And if you're doing a modern day one, you still
Mm,
have to know who won last year's World Series, who won the year
mm,
before, who had the highest score, all these kind of
yeah.
things. And these should be some of the stuff your characters are talking about
That's right. Like the dialogue
because
I was thinking.
they
Mm,
want to win the World
mm,
Cup. They
mm.
want to be the highest score.
Yeah.
So you
It's
got to know who their competition is against these things. That's
yeah.
all part of the sport, right?
True. Yes.
So that's a research factor, which all writers have to do one way or another. You can't just write everything out
Yeah.
of your brain because you don't know everything.
That's
Nobody can
right.
know everything,
Yeah,
you
it
know?
can give it gives it a lot of value if you don't know, you other people know things, and if you get lazy and don't
Mm.
research and find those extra little nice things, those little nuggets, Um, so yeah, and I remember us what we were doing. What was it? Descendant Past, and we did
Oh,
all
yes.
that. Remember on
Going,
number two?
yeah, because it's
Yeah,
historical. Yeah.
yeah, that's right.
It's a
Set in
sci fi, but
England.
it's a sci
Mm,
fi, but it's historical.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, that. What was it? Oh yeah, we were in not Devon. Do you remember our main character had to go back to the town, back in time or forward in time?
Oh, yeah. Mercedes.
Yeah, Mercedes. Yeah, I don't know what we're supposed to be talking about exactly, but trying to be.
Yeah, but we
Having
went.
said that, we got Google Earth out, and
Yeah.
we used the street names. This is how thorough we did the castle up on what's the name of
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
castle in
Dover
Devon,
Estate.
Dover. Yeah.
Dover. Yeah.
So we had a look inside, we outside, and all that kind of stuff, and it gives you a head for detail. You have to know too where to start and stop on all that as well. Good balance.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Well, yeah, and the good thing is I had done a ton of that research ahead of time because I
Mm.
had written the first one myself, and then you came in from number two on, and we
Mm.
ended up writing four of them.
Yes, we've done four.
You know,
Yeah.
and now I've
Mm.
broken them down so they can be done as a mini series
Yes,
or they can be done as movies.
mm. That's
Either
what we're
way,
working on now. Yes.
yeah. So but
Mm.
it's still the exact dates, the exact
Mm.
time of day, even
Mm.
were critical in this type of historical story,
Mm.
just simply because of the specific things that were happening at that time, and we're taking it from the eyes of somebody who got didn't belong to that time,
Mm. Yeah.
literally, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
and 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 it was one of these things where it's like. You know, we can't change history. We can't change history. We cannot change history.
That's
No
that's
matter how
right.
much.
Even though it was sci-fi, even though it was fictionalized, but we
Hmm.
stuck to the nuts of it all.
That's right.
Excuse me, I got this
It would be
throat.
like that. It would be like that age-old story. If you could go back in time to kill Hitler, would you?
How many times have they written that in fiction?
Well,
Written in.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, if you go back in time and you know get rid of anybody,
Mm, mm,
you have no idea how
yeah.
many roots they put forward, how many
Mm,
branches they put forward. None,
no.
right? So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because well, hey, there were a lot of children out of wedlock that were
Mm,
never that were never recognized on in family lines, and
yeah. Yeah.
they would all disappear.
Mm, mm, yeah.
They would literally disappear, and it would be like you jumped into a new timeline.
That's right. Yes.
That's what it would seem like,
Mm,
except you wouldn't know it because you're in it. you you
that's
you
right.
changed you
Mm,
changed with it.
mm,
So I mean, there's all kinds of paradoxes when it comes to time travel.
mm. I remember when we talked about, like the step on the butterfly and, all that kind of
Mm,
stuff, and how because when you're writing fiction, as we all know that, you have the power to write as you wish, as you want,
yes.
but it also has to have your own angle correct on everything. But there
Yeah.
are kind of, I can't remember, it's been a while. How
Well,
did
and
we deal
the
with
thing
that? Did
is,
we ignore the butterfly, the grandfather effect, and all the rest of it?
yeah. Well, in this case, the grandmother effect.
Yeah, the grandmother. Yeah, that's what they call it.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
True, true, true.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to just ignore it. I'm that go ahead, let's just kill someone. It's
Yeah.
time to kill
Well,
things like
yeah,
that.
but
Well, it
as
wasn't
long as
exactly
it,
the same.
hey, as long as it serves a purpose, fine,
Mm,
no
mm,
problem at all. As long as it
yeah.
serves a purpose in the story. So, I mean, your situations and that have to be believable, number one,
Mm,
and what your
mm,
characters do has to also be believable.
exactly. Yes.
You know,
And that's what we
and if
do. And we
and and if
striven,
they're
we strive to do that. Yeah.
and if what they do is so far flung, then you better write an extraordinary character that everybody loves right from
Mm,
day one. And I'm not
that's true.
talking the media talking points say, oh, this is a
Mm,
wonderful character. No, I mean, it's got to have heart.
mm,
This person
yeah.
has to be real,
Mm,
real to the whole world, not
mm,
just one person or one group of people.
mm, yeah.
This has
Mm,
to be a universal type of person.
that's true. That's true. Universal. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just one of those things. It's whether somebody can is reading lips or is watching subtitles and reading subtitles wherever it happens to be in the world,
Yeah.
then it shouldn't matter reading the subtitle. If you're seeing the character and how they're moving, how they use their facial expressions
Mm,
and how they treat other people and stuff like that.
mm,
I mean, if you're being nasty to people, doesn't matter. Nobody's gonna like you.
yeah.
But if you're being real and, well, you got to get nasty sometimes,
Mm, mm,
well, then that really has an impact if you only do it when it's something really serious,
absolutely. That's
you know,
right.
like
Mm,
protecting yourself or protecting a friend or whatever.
mm-hmm.
It isn't
Mm,
it isn't done just for the sake of doing it. I
mm,
mean, that's just
exactly.
boring. That's just being a bully. That's just being
Mm,
boring. That's just being boring. Everybody
yeah.
has seen bullies their whole lives.
Mm,
We
yeah.
don't need to see it on the screen. And
That's right.
generally, the bullies are the bad guys.
Mm, that's true. Just
You know,
traits, characters. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. When it comes to the character traits,
Mm,
that's it.
yeah.
You know, so now taking us back to us.
We do meander down this track and that track, and we
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
care.
yeah.
So
Well,
just have to, yeah.
yeah, up to date. So far I have I've done screenwriting. I started with a TV series
Yeah.
and then I launched into movies, and I've been doing script editing for other people and being a script doctor, as well as I've been adapting from book to movie,
That's
which
right.
have been turning out really well. So I'm happy with that. I know the whole core is finding the core and make sure it doesn't disappear.
Yeah. Yes.
You know, and that was before Kaz and I became writing partners.
Mm, that's right.
You know, and then
Which is great. Mm,
since we've been writing together, we've written all kinds of movies. We've sampled a lot of them, but the majority are um, sci-fi actioner, supernatural thriller, um,
mm, mm.
comedic horror,
Yes.
historical
Yeah.
um, sci-fi.
Mm,
And I
mm.
mean, we've really kind of hit the gamut on a lot of different things, but they all
Yeah.
have similar
Yeah.
through threads. You know, they're not
Yeah.
so far off in genre as it may assume, as most
That's
people would
true.
assume.
Mm,
Because I
yeah.
mean, the narrower and the narrower and the narrower and the narrower you make something,
Mm.
um, the more cookie cutter it gets.
Oh, we don't do cook, cookie cutters. Well,
No, we don't. No,
we
we don't.
absolutely aware of it that we don't want to be seen as a cookie cutter story or whatever. Or
No, no, we
as
just
far
go
as I see it.
we,
Yeah,
we go beyond the boundaries.
yeah, I know.
Um, because I
Do
mean
we
we
ever?
because I mean,
Context,
hey,
everything. Yeah,
I've read the Scriptwriter's Bible. I've read Save the
yeah,
Cat. I've read Truby. I've read all a whole
we
pile
have.
of
Me
these
too.
books,
Yeah, done
which
all that.
is which is fantastic,
Mm,
especially for formatting. If you
that's
got the
right. Mm,
Screenwriter's Bible, formatting
mm.
that'll help you every time.
I still got the original one that I bought
Well,
all
yeah,
those years ago.
and really not much
Mm,
changes.
that it's true. That's
You
true.
know,
Yeah.
the examples will change.
Mm,
New tools that are available might be
mm.
added, but then we have no intention of using AI to write anyway because I mean we don't need AI. I mean we've got
Oh yeah.
we
You
we
want
have wild enough imaginations as it is.
yeah. That's right. I mean, I know AI is going to come up as a topic as well. Somewhere down the track, maybe next week, wherever we get together. Uh, but I think that in my experience, of course, I have a tech background and computers are everything, way back, so long ago, I don't even talk about it. But, like AI is limiting in my storytelling. You, what you and I do
Hmm.
is beyond what the AI seems to accept and can generate, like whatever it is.
Well,
I
it
don't
can't.
know. I find it limiting in a lot of ways, but it's great for what? What do I like it for? Asking Grok, why doesn't this button work?
Well, yeah, but
We
see, that's on the technical side of
that's right. Yeah,
physical
I'm
writing.
big with that. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But the all of the pieces
Mm.
of writing, I mean, there's no way AI is going to pick up the nuances
That's right. That,
It can't be authentic.
yeah, I
So the
know.
characters are not going to be realistic.
Yeah, I know. That's why it's
And
limiting in that
and
regard. Yeah.
all it can do is copy from things that have been out already,
Mm,
which means
yeah,
nothing original.
that's right. Nothing
And
original.
sorry, we write so original,
Mm,
it freaks people out.
that's right. Yeah, that's the thing that we found out. Like as we went along, with our first group and the second group and the
Mm.
third. But then we knew we knew that wow, look at that. I That's really cool. I like the story because I
Yeah, well,
really hate certain stories. In as much as I've seen this all before, right? I've seen it before. I've seen it before. I've seen that one. Yeah, yeah. It's copycat, all that. That's a cookie cutter, I guess. Uh, I don't know. We find ourselves doing it without even trying, and I think that is like important. That
well,
I don't
and
know.
I think that happens just simply because we're it may be that we're from a time where we didn't have everything else entertaining us. We entertained ourselves.
True. Yes. Yes. Mm,
So I mean, you're only
mm.
going to have as much fun as your own imagination can create.
Yeah. Imagination is everything, isn't it?
It is. But I mean, but
Mm.
along with that is
Creative.
I know, but along with that also comes critical thinking. At
Yes.
the same time, because you can go wild and crazy in imagination,
Mm.
but that's not
Mm.
gonna it's not gonna come out on the page where anybody can understand it.
Yeah. Got that right. Yes.
So you have to use your critical thinking to know when to pull it back and
Yeah.
when and and find the nuggets in there.
Mm. We're on the same page with that all the way through. And
Yeah.
that's again, we've never ever had any disagreement,
No.
on storytelling, like
No.
on concepts, on you name it. We're happy with
No.
what
We
we've
just
come out with.
either one of us comes up with an idea and it's like, hey, what if
Yeah,
we did this? And then we start talking about it, and before you know it,
yeah,
we've got an outline done. And
yeah.
we know
We,
the names of the people, and we know what kind of
yeah,
things they do. you know
I love it.
and it's just automatic, and it's just throwing ideas,
Mm, mm,
you know
yeah,
chucking ideas, but
mm,
not ideas that I've done before.
exactly.
We don't
Yes.
copy anybody.
No, we do not. We don't want to, and we don't feel good. I would never, it just doesn't come to us that way. It comes to us as original. I think that's
That's right.
it.
And I
Mm,
mean, and that's why, books like Save the Cat,
mm,
and all the other screenwriting books, that
mm,
is screenwriting from that writer's point of view, how they do it.
mm. That's
Now,
true.
every writer has their own way,
Mm.
because otherwise there would only be one screenwriting book out there.
Did we come
and
up with a
there
category? Oh, sorry. Yes,
and there are thousands, and they've been
mm.
out there for decades and decades and
That's
decades and
right.
decades. I mean,
Yeah.
the first book I read on writing anything was writing for film, writing for TV. That was like a 1967 book,
Yeah.
how to
All
write
right.
TV series. And you know what?
Mm,
It
mm.
wasn't much different than what we all the new stuff now.
Do you remember when we talked about it, how back that goes? Like the beats and things like that. It's just
Hmm.
like I said. I saw once I don't know 2006, 2007, 8,
Hmm.
whatever. From that on, I started noticing when I was watching old movies. Uh, and I saw black and white with they're all dead now.
Yep.
But having said, you know, the beats was there then, way back, and I went, oh, okay, this is the formula sort of thing,
Yeah.
because that in the beginning in screenwriting, I realized that it is very very strict about that kind of thing, you know, and
Hmm.
as opposed to writing a book where you can put in anything you like in a book. That's
Well, yeah,
that's the only difference I'm actually saying, I
well,
suppose. But,
you're unlimited for page count.
mm,
A story will be as long as
exactly.
a story will be.
Yep.
It just with
That's
when you
right.
have the standard 2-hour movie,
Yeah.
you have to make everything fit into that 2 hours.
Mm,
And the thing is, once you've written a couple of scripts,
mm.
your head just automatically knows when you're to
I
the
know.
limit.
Oh,
N- Or
we
or
just do that. Yeah.
or
We're
writing
good.
TV series. Or writing
Mm,
TV series. I mean, like these days, I mean, you don't have to add commercials if it's going
I
straight
know.
to streaming. You don't have to add commercials.
Mm,
But 10 years ago, you had to add commercial.
yeah. Yeah.
So you had to end your act, and that would be that's when the commercials happened, and then you would have to
Mm,
start act 2.
that's right.
Well, it only takes one or two TV scripts before you
Mm,
automatically in your head just knows when to. It's like duh, 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 you're okay.
mm,
Wait a minute, you got 12 pages for the first act. That's it,
mm.
and it's just it hits it.
Kirk.
It hits it
Mm,
right away on itself. It just becomes automatic.
mm.
And the more
Yes,
and
it
the more
does.
and the
Mm,
more episodes you write, the faster you're going to be able to do that because
mm.
it becomes ingrained. It becomes a pattern in your head.
I call it instinct. You
um
have an instinct for it, the
no,
timing,
you
everything.
learn an instinct for it because you
Oh,
didn't know it
definitely. You
before.
don't start with that. No,
No,
I
no, no, no,
promise you,
nobody
it
has
never does. Look at
you,
me, 50
that.
pages too many, telling the whole story, and everybody on the planet wanted to talk in my script. Everyone in China, and there's a lot of them, you know. So, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So I realized that, which is what I learned from you, is just like one the dialogue, you know.
One
Ha-
spokesperson.
I, what I was, yeah, for example, I had a school, a classroom, and there's 50 plus in China, just in the when I was teaching English sort of thing. And I'm not a real teacher either, but I did it anyway, so whatever. But anyway, I had them all being important in and having their own dialogue, not the whole 50 obviously, but you know, I had more, too many more, you know. And Orlando said to have one or two people speak for the whole group. And I went, oh, right. And I swore then. Yeah. Um, and then it all clicked in my head. I went, oh, of course. Because I'd overwritten. Everybody had a dialogue, um, and in screenwriting, it was like the answer to everything. What I did do was that is how much I'd overwritten it by dialogue, and
Hmm.
that 50 pages thrown in the bin, you know. And I just crashed and burned the whole thing and just cut it all out. That was it, and I had my 99 pages.
Yeah,
It
it
was
made a
so
it
easy.
well, it made
Yeah.
a huge it made more of a difference than I thought it was going to make. You know,
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, but the point is, I let you know how to fix it,
Mm,
and you dug right in and you did it. Like
yeah.
just like right
I,
now, you did it, and I'm going,
yeah. Kind of did it
holy
overnight,
crap!
wasn't it?
This
Yeah.
is this is great.
I was
This is
really,
fantastic. You just dove right into it, and then you
yeah.
made the cuts, and you made the changes, and you flipped this
Mm,
and changed that,
mm, mm,
and to me that was like wow.
yeah.
You know, because I mean,
Really?
I had worked on so many scripts prior to that where um,
Mm.
I never heard back from the writer, so I don't even know if they made any changes or if they just tried to
Yeah.
push it the way it was, which I knew was never going to go anywhere because
Mm.
they were not done.
Mm. Mm.
There were, usually there were too many things that were literally missing,
Mm.
and the things that didn't need to be there were overdone.
Mm.
You
Yeah.
know,
I remember
you know.
being really happy when I found the answer to my problem. I knew I had a problem even before
Yeah, you
I
did.
knew I'd
You did.
overwritten. I knew you could feel it, you know. I mean, this is doesn't. And as I read it, was like it was becoming. It wasn't confusing to me because I lived and worked, you know, did all that stuff, and I was
Yeah.
familiar with it because I spent quite a bit of time in structuring this script, you know.
Hmm.
And but the minute you said you can just have a couple of people speak for each group as they're kind of like extras, then bang, boom, extras. Of course, there's always that in movies, isn't there?
That's
And then
right.
it kind of fell in place, and I just went kill, 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 get rid of them, you know. And they were still there, but they became, you know, extras
Yeah,
as you write
but
a script.
but
That's what you
also
need to do.
but also
Yeah.
you stop and think about it. In any classroom, there's
Mm.
always those one or two
Maybe.
that will, well, they just always talk.
Mm.
you know,
That's true.
they're
Yes,
the,
that's right.
you've got those couple that are the bold
Mm.
ones.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Whether they're bold just because they're curious or
Mm.
I don't know, self-important or something, or
Mm.
because
Yeah,
they're the bully, right?
that's right. Mm.
So I mean
Yes, they
those
represent those
but I mean
type
the
characters, the
that's right.
types.
But the
Mm.
average students are just happy when somebody else asks a question because they were too scared to put their hand up.
Mm.
you know,
Yeah.
because apparently they think they're going to sound like a dummy. But it's like, but when you're in
Mm.
school, the whole point is to ask questions so you can learn. That is literally the point.
Yeah,
Or
that's
at
true.
least that was at least the point when we went to school.
Mm.
I don't
Wow.
know. Don't know
Yes, you
how it
know.
is now.
Mm. My
you know?
problem was trying to put the whole of China into it, you know. Well, not literally, of course, but you know, it just felt there was so much information. There was so everything was interesting. Can you imagine being
Yes.
in China 25 years ago? Yeah, and wow, you had to capture all of it, and that was where I made my mistake.
Well, and the
But I
thing
was
is,
able to have the representation by just a few
yeah, yeah. But see,
characters.
with all of that information that you had, um, if you had decided to do a limited series rather than a
Mm,
movie,
yeah, well, that's right. You said that.
you could have probably had 4, 5, 6
Mm,
episodes.
yeah, that's right.
Basically a mini series, right?
Mm, mm,
You know, it would have been that type of a story where, you
yeah,
know,
that's right. Oh, yeah. Well, they said, the publisher said, you know, you should write a book. I never did get around to it, of course, but, you know, I think now that I should have written that book, 'cause that was a long time ago. I mean, don't want to go that far
yeah.
backwards, you know what I mean? It was
Yeah, I
then
do.
or
I
not
do
at
know what you
all.
mean. Yeah.
And another thing that I had a problem with when you write um, a setting in another country, that's where it was set in China,
Yes.
and the censorship was so much more uh, bigger than what you're familiar with if you're
Mhm.
writing in the West and all of that, and
Yeah.
you couldn't say anything bad about the Chinese. And I was writing humor, you know. And of course,
Yeah. Yeah,
everybody's,
exactly.
you know, got to be saying something wrong or different and all that. And it was like East versus that they were
Well, well,
like,
and your Australian character, she was
mm,
the comedy relief.
I know, yeah,
You know?
Yeah, yeah.
It wasn't the Asian characters. It was,
I was,
you know,
yeah,
the teacher. That was
I was taking the
the
Mickey
comedy.
out of myself too. Yeah,
Yeah,
and like it was West versus East meets West, and it was like
yeah,
boom, big clash sort of thing,
yep,
But I had it was so wonderful. The experience was amazing, and
yeah.
I mean, I learned
Well,
that I had to write. Yeah,
yeah, and
yeah.
that gave you numerous different
Mm.
different ideas and perceptions
Mm.
that I can't bring to the table, but you can.
Oh, that's what I was going to say.
You
This is
know?
what I started to say was like the everything I had to write was not accepted. I thought, well, if I can't sell it in America, like Hollywood, for example, then why don't I try and sell it to China? And of course,
Yeah.
then I did my homework. And I suppose I started to say this, to be honest. I started researching the whole concept, and at that moment, oh, China is taking over the world. Hollywood is selling into China and billions of dollars they're making by all these Chinese people going to the movies. So, yeah, I mean, that's a whole lot of money for Hollywood people. So, what I did do was do a little rewrite and change this and change that and make it um, from West and kind of humor and everything else in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried to subtly, and I did, change it that it was acceptable to sell into China.
Yeah.
And that didn't work either because I don't know why. I mean, because I found this, I do know, the censorship was so powerful, I was not going to change it anymore. Okay. I mean, the
Yeah.
story was perfect the way it was, as in what you're trying to you
Yes.
know, tell that
Yes.
story about.
Yeah. Yeah. To do anything else, it would no longer be
Yeah.
that story. I understand
And
that.
like I mean, that's how I learned a lot of things about marketing side of it too. So if you're
Exactly.
writing about another country, do your homework again, like Belinda said. Do your homework, do your research, and find out why you can or cannot
Mm-hmm.
leave in or leave out.
Well,
Anyway.
and the thing is, if you do your research on on the culture that you're going to be writing,
Mm.
you might actually know that before you get going that there's going to be censorship.
I
You
know.
know?
I learned the hard way, I tell you. But it's the best lesson
Well,
lesson too.
well, yeah, but I mean, you worked there.
Mm.
You didn't get censored
No, there's
when
nothing
you were
wrong with it.
there, so why would
No.
you assume?
But I used to hide my stuff on the computer because they used to come and I don't know if I'm supposed to be saying this. Oh, I forgot to go live.
It's up to you.
Anyway, I'm just going to say it anyway. So they were being a foreigner back in those days, they didn't trust us. I had this, they used to come in. There was this lady who minded the whole dorm and the foreigners building, and I was one of them, of course, with Americans and blah blah blah. Anyway, so we were spied on. Everybody was spied on. They're not special or anything like that, but
Right.
you know, and being in China back in those days that, yeah, I'm going to be spied upon. Oh, shit, now I'm writing it. Yeah. So, yeah, you become very aware of it. So I can't remember what else I was
Mm-hmm.
going to say
Mm-hmm.
that I
Yep.
didn't want to get kicked out or deported or jailed. You know, China. Do I have some stories to tell about that? Just ask me. Mm,
Yep. Yeah, exactly. And that is part of that culture. And
yeah, I
that's why
learned.
I say you have to know what it is that
Mm,
you are actually writing about. because you're going to have people
Yes.
who know that culture inside
Mm,
out and backwards,
mm,
even if they
mm,
don't live in that country. You're still going to have
mm.
people who
Yeah,
know that history or they know that time period,
yeah, yeah.
and they're going to call you out when you got it wrong. If you just
Yeah,
write in something and you pretend you know,
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, you are seriously going to get called out for it. Like
yeah.
expect to get, you know,
Mm,
lambasted,
mm,
and rightly so. You know,
mm,
I mean, if you're doing a complete fiction, make it a completely fictional land.
mm.
You know,
Yeah, yeah,
but don't
yeah.
don't make it don't make it look like it's, for example, okay, say Iceland, right?
Mm, mm,
Rock,
mm.
volcano, ice, snow,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and have the people talking and acting as if they were that culture.
Mm,
People are going to
mm,
notice, right?
mm. Yes,
They are.
absolutely.
They
Yeah.
are. That's all there
Yeah,
is to
so,
it. Same as you place it somewhere in America, everybody's going to notice.
yeah, absolutely.
And
The
and and
locals
if
will know. Yeah.
and if you don't know what the masses of that area
Mm,
are really like, well, then you're going to turn people off, right?
yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
so you don't expect word of mouth to be good, and you
No,
want
there's respect. Yeah. So,
the word of mouth to be really good, because then if the word of mouth is good, then a whole pile more people come see it the next night. You know,
mm, yeah.
that's
They,
exactly what you want. You want people talking about it in a good way.
that's right. They don't, you want to keep that you want them to respect your work, your value.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
exactly.
important. Mm.
You know, and sometimes I think these days it's I don't know, might be easier to just to write original stuff and go to small producers
Makes it easy.
and
Yes.
start working with them, because if you want to get the script made
Mm,
in the way you wrote it, in the way
that's
you
right.
wrote it,
Mm, yeah,
you're going to have to do independent, because if you go to studio, they're going to change everything.
yeah,
And that is their
mm,
right. If they have bought the script from you,
that's
it,
right.
they can do anything they want with it,
Mm, mm,
including put it on a shelf and never make it,
mm, yeah,
which they have done a lot of.
a lot of it. Yes. When
Yes.
they had the writers' strike, did I
Hmm.
read somewhere that they went to the shelves, to the vaults,
Yes.
and got and just used any old,
Oh, they've got
didn't say
thousands
any
upon
old.
thousands upon thousands of
That's
scripts.
right. And they keep it because they signed on. They, I mean,
Well, they bought it.
they own it. Yeah,
They
that's
bought
right.
the copyright.
That's
There's
right.
they can
Probably
use
for a
anyone. They can
dollar
use any one of
or
them at any time they want to.
mm,
And a lot of times, what they do is they will buy up scripts that they don't want to get out there because they're making something similar,
yeah,
and they don't
exactly.
want the competition.
Mm, that's right.
Take a look at
And
Marvel, DC,
yeah,
right there.
yeah,
You know,
mm,
DC wouldn't sell out
yeah,
to Marvel, and
yeah,
Marvel wouldn't sell out to DC.
yeah. And look
Way
where
back,
we
way back in the day before Disney got involved and before Paramount.
mm, before, yeah, the
Yes.
Disney saga, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You had Marvel and you had
Mm,
DC.
mm,
That's it.
mm, yeah,
And the closer they made those movies to the actual comic books,
mm,
the more money they made,
yeah.
because that
That's the
is what
thing.
every reader has ever wanted to see, is
Mm, oh, yeah.
the true story,
Mm,
according to the to the
mm,
the prior material.
mm,
They just want to see the real story of the real moving picture of the real story.
mm, yeah.
You
Plus
know,
the original again, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's in the comic books, right? Is that what
that
we? Yeah,
the comic book was the original. Yes.
yeah, I remember that because I think your head is familiar with it, and you
Oh
fell
yeah.
in love with that, and the characters and things like that. And then if you start making a movie, or they introduce something that you're not familiar with, you have to. It takes away. I
Well,
mean, it can be good and it can be bad, but you have to have the original core. But
that's right.
like,
Because
you know,
it pulls you out of the story.
mm, yeah,
Because I
it's
mean, if
like
you're in
putting
there,
the
you're getting it.
female Superman, right?
You're sitting there on the edge of your chair waiting for this to happen,
Mm,
and it's
mm,
coming and it's coming and it's coming, and then they change it, and then it's
yeah,
like, well, you've just gotten yourself a bad review.
yeah,
That's
yes.
guaranteed. It's guaranteed.
Mm,
You're gonna get a bad
mm,
review.
mm, yeah.
You know?
Wonder what happened to that girl that was, or the actor, whatever, who played Snow White. Should I talk about that or not? This is our first time
Um,
on here. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about her.
No, that was my point. Yes,
Hmm.
never heard of
Yeah,
her.
yeah.
She's
Well,
gone. Bye. Yeah. I don't know what
yeah.
happened. I never watched it. I tried to watch it on streaming. I
Hmm.
don't know why though. I don't know. Probably all the
Well,
publicity, right? Yeah. I went, oh well,
yeah. Well,
yeah. I got halfway through it and then I went,
with how badly they changed it away from the original story, I figured,
mm,
no,
yes,
I can
that's
spend my time better writing.
yeah, yeah.
you know,
Speaking of
original
writing,
original stuff.
yeah, yeah.
You know, and it is one of
Uh,
those, things. It's
mm, mm,
writing is a thing you either it's in your blood, you
yeah.
love it, you got to
Uh,
do it,
mm-hmm,
or it isn't.
mm,
If you
yeah.
can't think of a story idea, then you're
Yeah,
why do you want to write?
that's right. Starts with a
Like
concept.
I mean
Mm,
this screenwriting specifically or writing a book,
mm,
if you don't have an idea of a story, then maybe this type of writing isn't the right writing for you.
yeah.
It might be music, it might be poetry, you
Mm,
know? It might be how to,
yeah. I
you know?
remember, yeah, when I got an idea in the beginning, I had an idea. In the beginning, I wondered, I have an idea. Is this going to make a movie or a book or or
Ah,
nothing? But
yeah,
after a while, after a few of our scripts and things like that, I mean, and it became easy. I thought,
yeah,
oh, hey, this and it's like, yeah, can't be moved. Yeah, film, no,
yeah,
book,
yeah.
yeah, no, yeah,
And you
no,
learn,
and I
and you
can't carry that through. Yes or no?
yeah, and you kind of get the feel.
Mm.
This is a TV movie. No, this is a blockbuster movie.
Yeah,
This one's a TV series.
and we became very
You've
good at that. Yeah,
oh yeah, it just starts to
really.
come.
Yeah.
The same with
Mm.
genres and everything else.
Mm. After a
Um,
while,
but
yeah.
there are so many hmm, what would you call it? Descriptive terms
Mm.
and terminology
Mm.
that
Mm.
is not descriptive at all because it doesn't help you at all. It doesn't
Yeah,
do anything for you
I cannot go
because
from yeah.
people really don't clearly
Mm.
describe what it means.
Yes.
What's the context of your movie?
Mm. Mm. It's
Okay, well,
true.
what does context mean to you? What does context mean to them?
Mm. Yes, so that's right. Always consider other
Right?
people. Yeah,
You you,
the
you know
viewer.
you're just better off saying, "Hey, what's your movie about?"
Mm. Oh, I remember
And
that.
that covers everything.
Do you remember in the beginning, like, I don't know, I mean, you're writing ahead of me, of course, but uh, I found that as something, and I think with with how he had that. I think he said that, or one of the things. You have to be able to say the first thing that people ask you is, "What's it about?" Right? This is for
Mm,
new writers, by the way.
yes.
Um, yeah, what's it about? I thought, well, it's about ramble, ramble, ramble this way and that way, and they're like, yeah, but what's it about? And that's the thing that brings you back to the I'm on the wrong track here. So what is
Yep.
it? And I had a bit of a problem in the beginning. I don't know what it's about, and then again, log lines. You
Well,
know,
and
that kind of
and
leads to that, isn't it?
well, yeah,
One
I
without
know.
the other.
But when they say, "What's the context of it? What is your story about?" This and that,
Mm,
nobody ever tells you. All it basically means is, who is your hero?
mm, yeah,
What's the problem?
yeah,
How does he fix it? Or does
hmm,
he fix it?
yeah, yeah. That's right.
You know?
Yeah,
Basically, it's kind of like the who, where, what, and why
yeah,
for novel writing. Who, where,
yeah.
when, what, and why.
Mm,
Any journalist should know those things,
mm,
right?
mm,
So if
mm,
you're a journalist and now you're writing movies, you should know these.
mm.
It
I
should be
see.
automatic.
Yeah, well, it is now, of course. But back then, I just brought it up because log lines are when you first start screenwriting. You're thinking of story, story, story all the time, and
Hmm.
your head is filled with all the details, every scene. You know it, what they said, and all that stuff. You've got it written, right?
Yeah.
And you got then they say, and then you think, what's it about? It's
Well,
a learning curve. I thought,
yeah. And
it's
every,
fun.
every,
Don't get me wrong. It
yeah.
didn't bother me. I went, oh, but I write a lot of them.
Well, yes, I know. But the thing is, every writer gets
Mm,
bogged down in their characters, and every writer,
mm,
even if it's not the hero and it's not
mm,
the bad guy,
mm,
everybody has their favorite character
mm,
that they like to bump up, you know
yeah, yeah, yeah.
give them higher prestige than their
Yes.
than the
Yeah.
part deserves,
Mm,
right?
mm,
I mean,
yeah.
we've done that ourselves a
Mm,
couple of
that's
times,
right.
and
Yeah.
then and as we went through and rewrote log lines for the mass of everything.
Yes.
um then we realized, like, well, wait a minute, why are we even talking about this guy? Because
we
he's not a
yeah,
main character,
yeah. We
right?
we overcomplicated it, a lot of times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But that was a good learning curve too. We learned, well, we're not going to do it that way. Then we came to the other way.
Yeah, but but prior to that, I had learned
Mm,
that there are a heck of a lot of agents who would be very
mm.
happy to have an extended log line
That's
that
true. Yes.
gives them more of an idea of how
Mm,
many characters there are,
mm.
you
That's
know,
true.
what
Yeah.
kind of locations are we talking
Mm,
about,
mm,
all of this kind of stuff. But I
mm,
mean, usually that comes into like a one pager, right?
mm. Yeah.
That you would, that's your, three
Mm,
three paragraphs or four, depending if you have like
mm, mm.
um
Yeah.
a first act, second, middle act, and third act, or if you
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
the
Mm,
four act
mm,
structure, then you would make four paragraphs, right?
mm.
That's all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which means you have four high points
Mm, mm,
where it's either something really good happens or something, oh my god, cliffhanger happens,
mm.
right?
Yeah.
So if you're a tight writer, if you write TV series, you're very good at doing that.
Mm, yeah. Yes. Yeah, you're good at that.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
Very
on
good.
that note, we have been on here and came and talked to you for, I guess just good over, almost over an hour. And
Oh, so
so
fast that went.
I
And we
know.
didn't know what we were going to talk about except for ourselves. And we kind
That's
of
right.
brain,
That's
and
right.
this is what we do
But
all the
then
time. Every week
you
we meet.
we're used to sitting down chatting like this for 8 hours, so it doesn't
I
surprise
know, I
me.
forgot the bloody camera was on.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway,
that's the perfect perfect thing about it.
Yes, that's what I was hoping for,
That's
something
exactly it.
akin to that.
Yeah.
Well, but we have so much history to talk about, and we'll be doing this every week. Now we found the right button to push.
Yeah. Now that we got it all figured out,
It
we're
took us,
good.
yeah, I know. Yeah,
And we're looking forward in the future to adding a few guests here and there
that's,
that are in the industry and
yep.
are working the industry.
Mm,
And that's
mm,
from, other writers. We know
yes,
actors. We know a number of people. I know a couple of directors and producers, and we'll be hopefully getting a good lineup of people to come and
yeah.
talk to you,
Just
and mainly on what what in the script is what gets them,
mm,
you
yes.
know.
Mm,
So that can help all writers, regardless if you're new, intermediate, or you've been doing it for 30 years. Doesn't matter,
mm, mm.
because these are people that are talking about the industry now.
That's right. Yeah. There's
Yep,
a then and then there's a now, isn't it?
yep, yep, yep.
Mm.
And if you're looking for anything else, or want to drop a note for me, I'm at Orlando Hokinson Zabo on Facebook.
And me. What am I? Who am I? Oh, yeah,
the
I'm on Facebook. Yeah,
Yeah,
Kaz Drysdale.
and
Drysdale. Didn't know I
and
was
you
going to do that.
and you have what's your handle on Twitter
Oh, on X, yeah.
or X?
It's
Pardon me.
at, yeah, just at Kaz Drysdale. Same
Well,
name
there we
everywhere.
go.
Same on Instagram and Threads. And not that I visit there all the time. I really don't, but mostly on X these days. And Facebook. I'll be using Facebook again. And it's been away for a while, but with
Yeah,
all my
same here.
traveling, all my this and that, and I'm writing books, by the way,
Alrighty. So
filling in time, but that's all. Yeah, but other
yeah,
than that, mm,
so we look forward to talking to you next week. Hopefully,
mm.
right at 11 o'clock.
Yes, they're trying. Yeah,
Yep, yep,
um,
yep. And we'll have a whole lot more screenwriting and book writing, and even some music, some lyrics and stuff, poetry.
yes,
And we'll drop the links all over the place.
mm, mm.
um
It'd
but
be
yeah,
fun.
we do title every one of them so that you know what's going to be in the lineup.
Mm.
And
Hmm.
if you're, hey, needing, talking about doing dialogues, talking about, you know
Yes,
hey, format, that's where we should probably start.
yeah,
Yeah. So i think
need it.
i think next week
Yeah,
we'll work give you the ins and outs on format
hmm,
and all the elements that you need.
yeah. The other thing is, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yes, please.
There's also, I don't know exactly. I mean, we just got this set up, and we're
Okay, so
still sorting out because we've got two channels. We have a channel each,
yes,
and
so this
we're going to.
week,
What do you
the
think, Orlando?
and this week it was on my channel, Orlando Zabo, on YouTube, and next week it'll be on Kaz's channel.
Yes, and we're
So
going to a week about. I think if that works. If it doesn't, we'll change it. Yeah.
yeah,
What do
exactly.
you reckon? Mm.
I think that's pretty good. And
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
looking
Uh,
looking looking forward to hearing from people. And
yeah.
if you don't want to live chat or anything like that, just drop a message down
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
on the
Comments.
YouTube
Big.
comments,
Yeah.
on what you're
Yeah.
interested in getting more information on.
And we
What,
will deal with them.
yeah, what writing issues that you need some help with.
Mm. Yeah.
And on that,
we may not get back right away, but in due course we will answer everybody's question.
yeah, and
Well, no, well, a
we'll
clump
mention
of
it.
things, yeah, I
Yeah,
guess.
we'll mention it in the stream
Mm,
that we're answering it.
yeah. So,
But anyway,
like and
have
subscribe.
yourselves a great
Yeah,
weekend, and
yeah. And see you next week.
always keep smiling and having fun.
Yeah,
Bye
of
bye.
course. Yeah. Bye. Ciao. Find the button in case we're still on.